Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, and if you are not subscribed here, please make sure you are. I put out new videos every Thursday at 7 and occasionally on Mondays at 1 o'clock. Today's video, we are going to be doing my mid-year book freakout tag for the year of 2020. This is really my first year on BookTube and really diving into books in general since, I don't know, a while now. The books that I list today, you're probably gonna be like, wow, those are some throwbacks. But I'm still going through all the past books that I have missed over the years and I've been really enjoying it. So is Jinx. So let's kick it off with the first question, which is the best book of 2020 that you have read so far. I felt the best book to portray how my reading year has been going would be this one, because it's the first one that I read within 3 days, and it's the first time I really read a book that I was just like, holy crap, I miss reading. This was so much fun. While there are a lot of great books on this list, that is why I'm choosing this one, which is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. If you haven't heard about Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, I have spoken about it in past videos. It is one of Rainbow Rowell's very popular books. You follow our main character, Simon, who is at this magical school. It's his last year there, and it's kind of Harry Potter-esque. His roommate, Baz, he thinks he's trying to kill him this whole time. They are being put through certain tasks and tribulations, and then they end up falling in love, and it's a beautiful love story. Just an all-around great feel-good book, and it also has some magic elements to it, so I really enjoyed this read. The next question in the tag is the best sequel you've read in 2020. For me, that would be, without a doubt, if you've been following me on Instagram, this is no surprise, but A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I am so mad at myself that I'm late to get the game on this, but I am so happy that I just finally read it, because yes. The first book in this series is kind of a spin-off of the Beauty and the Beast fairy tale. Once you get into these later books, there is really no remnants of that fairy tale. I can't even talk about this without getting so many emotions, but it was just a beautifully written book. The character development was amazing, and it's just a fantastic world that I just absolutely devoured. The next question is a new release that you really want to read. I believe that this release came out in 2020. I could be wrong. It could have came out at the end of 2019, but I've been really wanting to get my hands on All the Stars and Teeth. That is by Adeline Grace. First off, I just think the cover of this book is gorgeous. Second off, it's about this princess who does a demonstration and it doesn't go the way she wants to, so she has to flee her country, and in the midst of fleeing, she strikes a deal with a pirate. There's some romance, there's some action. I'm really for it, and I don't think pirates are something that you see a lot of in books, but definitely something I am here for. So that is a new release that I really want to get my hands on here soon and read. Question 4 is the book that you are most anticipated to release this year. For me, that would be Blood and Honey by Shelby Mahurin. I finished Serpent and Dove earlier this year. I did make a review on that. If you want to watch that, I will leave the link up here. I really liked Serpent and Dove, and I'm really excited to go back into that world. It's about a witch and a witch hunter, and they fall into this fake marriage, and they end up falling in love. It's just all good things. So really excited to see where the sequel to that goes, and I will be pre-ordering that one very soon here. Question 5 is biggest disappointment of 2020, and that one is hard because I've had quite a few. I think I'm having a lot of disappointments because I am reading a lot of books that may have been popular in the YA genre a couple years ago, and maybe I should have read them when I was a couple years younger than I am right now. I'm just having a lot of difficulty with the writing style. It's just subpar to me, but there are some standout stellar winners like most of these that I'm speaking of. Anywho, I'll probably make a video at the end of the year about all the disappointments. The one that I want to talk about in this video is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. Oh, I know. I can kind of give the other books that disappointed me some crutches because they've been out for 10 plus years and maybe they were made for a younger audience, but this one is a newer one in the YA genre, and a lot of people my age are raving about it, and I just did not click with it at all. I did listen to this on audiobook, which may be the reason why, but I did watch a lot of people here on BookTube say they listened to the audiobook and that's how they preferred it. I just didn't really vibe with it. The mystery didn't really capture me. There's 2 different murders, there's 2 different time series. It was a really interesting concept to me, but it just, I don't know, I just found the characters to be forgetful. I just couldn't vibe with this book, and I feel so bad saying that, but there it is. I put it out in the world. Next is the book that was the biggest surprise for you. I went the direction of one that surprised me that I liked it, because there is one book from my TBR that I finished this year that I really wasn't expecting to like as much as I did. I was kind of nervous going into it because it is an adult fiction and I do read more YA, and that was The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I was just really shocked with how much I fell in love with this author's writing. I swear I could get 1 page in and already be like enveloped in this world. It was so beautiful. The Night Circus is all about this traveling circus that only comes around at night, and it's kind of like this playground for 2 magicians to battle in a fight that they don't really know how to win. And that's all I really want to say about it, because anything else may ruin it. It just really blew me away. If you haven't read that book and you're afraid to go into the adult category, I definitely recommend that. It'll sweep you off your feet. Next is my new favorite author that I have found this year. It has to be Sarah J. Maas. After A Court of Thorns and Roses series, I am just diehard. I love her writing style. I love how her characters can just come off the page and you just get so attached to them. Piggybacking off of that, because this is obviously turning into a trend, but my new fictional crush so far has to be Rhys from You Got It, A Court of Mist and Fury. He is, I would die for Rhys. I wish he was a real life person. Like, I love Rhys so much. I don't think you guys understand. That's it. That's all I have to say. Okay, next question. Next question is my new favorite character in a book, and that would definitely be Kaz Brekker from 6 of Crows. I think Leigh Bardugo did such a good job with his character. In the beginning, he's kind of like this mysterious guy. Then you get a little bit of his backstory. You get a little bit of this romance from him, but you don't. And it's just, I think he's just such an interesting character. I think she did him so flawlessly. I can picture him right off of a page and understand his mannerisms because of the experiences he's gone through. I just really appreciate him as a character, and I think hands down he would have to be my fave new character. Next question is book that made you cry. Are we going to be shocked that I'm bringing this up again? But this series was my 2020. I was beside myself at the end of this book, and I'm so happy that it resolved and it's all handy dandy, but she really put me through some hoops with this one. The next question is the book that made you happy. For me, that would probably be just this duology of the 6 of Crows / Crooked Kingdom. I just loved the banter between these characters and the family friendship that they had together and all the things that they went through. I just felt like I was one of them, and it just felt so nice. I don't know, but they definitely made me so happy. I remember moments that I was crying, I was holding my breath, and I was laughing, and I just really enjoyed the development of all my little favorite babies in these books. And if you've read them, which you probably have, you understand why. They just made me happy. Question 12 is the most beautiful book you bought this year. For me, that would be Serpent and Dove by Shelby Maharan. I love the gold foiling. And the last question of this tag was your TBR for the end of the year. Now, I did post a TBR for the beginning of 2020 that was supposed to be for my entire year, and there are still a couple books on there that I have not read. So if I don't list certain books that are on that list, that's why I don't want to be repetitive, because those are still part of my TBR, but there were some new ones that I've kind of stumbled across that I want to add into my TBR. The first one would be Red, White, and Royal Blue. This is one that I actually just recently picked up. It is between the Prince of Wales and America's First Son. They have kind of beef with each other, and there's some tabloids going around that's not looking good for either of the UK and USA relations there. I mean British and US relations, but so they need to kind of get together and fix these relations, and a friendship starts forming and a relationship starts forming, and it's supposed to just be this feel-good situation while also having a lot of political ties as well to it. So I'm really excited to dive into this here soon. After that, I want to pick up the book Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I really like how this book is supposed to have great mixed media. Like, it doesn't read like a normal novel. There will be like text messages and case files and many other different forms of media throughout it. In this world, there is a plague breaking out, and the people are no longer feeling safe because the artificial intelligence that is supposed to be keeping them safe doesn't seem to be keeping them safe. So we follow this girl named Katie that plunges into this world and kind of has to hack into the artificial intelligence and see what's going on. So a little creepy because we are also not doing so hot here in our own world, but I figured, why not read about somebody else's problems in a fictional book? I don't know, that just makes sense. And while there are so many other books that I really want to read this year, the last one that I'll bring up in this video would be called My Lady Jane, and that's by 3 different authors. It's by Cynthia Han, Brody Ashton, and Jodi Meadows. This book is kind of like a retelling of Jane Eyre, and that's kind of one of my goals, is to get into more classical reading. I would love to read Pride and Prejudice. I would love to read Jane Eyre, and I would love to pick up Wuthering Heights as well. I am a little nervous to do that though, because I've never really been one for classical reads, but I've just only heard good things about them. So I figured I would dip my toes into a retelling, which would be My Lady Jane, and see how I like it. That concludes my mid-year book freakout tag. I am 21 books read so far. I'm about to be 23 once I finish the 2 I'm reading currently, and my goal for this year is 50. Let me know down in the comment section below where you are at in your Goodreads goal. I'd love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!